All right. That should be it. We should be live now.
We are live!
Bruce Buffer.
We're definitely getting buffer for the official stream.
Here's the thing, though, because everybody's going to get a notification, but is everybody going to pop in immediately? Should we just kind of riff-raff a little bit before
You mean right now? Are we just going to, spit fire for a little bit? Or do you mean during the actual stream?
That's a lot of pressure, Dennis.
Oh.
This is cool. It tells everybody where people are coming from. All right, we're getting people. We're up to 3 now.
3's more. That's all we need. That's double what we got here.
3 was 3 more than I thought was going to watch the stream. That's pretty cool.
Thank you, folks, for joining us so we can get used to this. What a great platform this is. How'd you find this, Cor?
So I did a podcast with this guy, Bill Herlowski, and he does this for the Liverpool Chamber of Commerce. They put out live videos. Sometimes they interview Liverpool businesses and stuff, which is kind of cool. And then after I had a chance to talk to him, he's like, this is kind of a genius thing to use for podcasts. So I kind of just stole it from him a little bit and made it my own.
I love it.
Yeah, there's all these different things. Yeah, totally easy to use, very easy to swap stuff out, add videos, change banners, all that good stuff. So yeah, no, this is cool. I was hoping we would get somebody to comment here soon so I could show you guys what it looks like.
Well, why don't you see if they will comment for us so you can show us how that works.
No,
Do I need to
just do like a nerd.
There's a comment.
There you go, check it out. So then we just click show. Boom.
Oh, that's cool.
Right?
So this is more like a UFC broadcast showing tweets rather than a Twitch every single chat.
Exactly.
Oh.
100%. Here we go. We got Grimm's lag.
I dig it. Now,
Grimm's lag from.
Now, Corey, do you have to approve those before they go up?
It just shows up in the chat, and I can select whoever I want to show and how long I want to show it for.
Okay, that's good. I just wanted to make sure we had some control over that so we didn't get something.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the downside. Last time, we weren't able to kind of field any of those chats. Anybody could have said anything. Now, if somebody wants to be messed up, then we got to do that.
Dude, Jamie Jackson's feeling your stash, bro. Feeling it.
I love it. It's for the Edwin, I had to channel it. And Dennis, let's just call a spade a spade. You were worried about the kind of comments Bernie was about to post. Let's just be honest here.
Word.
I mean, it's true, right?
Burn dog, you know what I'm talking about. Don't stop being offended, Bernie. Hey,
yeah, so no, I'm cool. I'm excited to do it this year because I keep saying this year, like it's been a full year since we did the last one.
Been 6 months.
Yeah, it's only been 6 months, and the November one went so well. I think blew all of our expectations out of the water. Right? We weren't expecting to raise $2,600 for the CNY Food Bank. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
And it went to a good local cause, which is kind of nice. And it was just essentially just a bunch of nerds playing Dungeons and Dragons together, having a good time.
Word.
Right?
Well, I got to tell you, when you proposed it, Corey, I thought you were just being a lunatic. Like, who would want to watch us? But then when you made it about for a charity, I was all in. But again, I thought we'd raise, and I'm serious when I say this, I thought we'd raise like $100, $200 thanks to my mom or something. I had no idea. And blown away. And that's why I'm so pumped to do this again. And hoping we can do it twice a year. I think that'd be really cool for as long as, we're able to do it.
Yeah, and like we were talking earlier, doing twice a year with maybe the May charity kind of swapping out, but essentially making the November one the CNY Food Bank, I think fits the bill perfectly for November.
It's the season, yeah.
Yeah, right. It kind of made the most sense too. And also, when we did it, I didn't understand how big of an impact $2,600 would have on the CNY Food Bank. There was a lot of food people put in the mouths of people in central New York, which is pretty crazy.
That's a lot of meals.
I wish we had recorded the tour that we got and the information that we got That was
that would have been cool.
A life-changing experience. I'm not exaggerating. Walking through there and hearing her recount like how it is done, why it's needed, especially how things had gotten worse with COVID.
How efficient they are with like all of the refrigeration and stuff like that. Yeah, it was very impressive.
So I was blown away at how efficient they were.
Yep.
From top to bottom, I was like, "What? Oh my god! You guys have a 12 refrigerator freezer system here? Like, I don't understand how it totally works." But
yeah,
they're all a bunch of sweethearts there, and it turned out pretty swell. So we had such a great time doing the last one. We figured we would do another one, and this time we're gonna raise money for the Vera House. So we picked 3 different local charities that we liked, and we kind of just put it out there for people to vote. And Vera House won the vote, which was pretty cool. Another great charity. I'm excited to help out.
Yeah, people are very passionate about Vera House, and I think like with good reason. Like they definitely do good work, and it's something to be passionate about. So I think it worked out pretty good.
I don't know your experience, guys, and I won't obviously name names, but there are a couple of prominent people in my life who, when I was younger, needed to utilize Vera House, and so it hits close to home, not directly, but people that I still know very well that Vera House played an important role at like one of the worst moments in their lives. So, and I know some of the people that have donated already have spoken to their personal relationship in different ways with Vera House and how important it is to them. And that's why we're already raising coin. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, let me, I can pull it up actually right now. Boom. There we go. So check that out. We're already $340 right now. We haven't even done the stream. It was like last year. Last year we were like $500 before we even started the stream, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's crazy. People are awesome.
Yes.
People are awesome, and we have a lot of wonderful people in our lives that got us to that point. Like, that's pretty crazy already.
So what are we gonna do to reward all these awesome people? What's going on? You know what I mean? What's happening May 22nd to give these people the show they deserve for their hard-earned money?
Tell them what you came here for.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm glad you asked.
We're gonna play some D&D, and we're gonna listen. To me, there's 2 levels to this. The most important thing is raising money first for the food bank and now for Vera House. I mean, that without question, that comes first. But I have a second mission, and you guys are converts. I think D&D is this important, amazing tool in the world. You think about the earliest man sitting around the fire, and we survived by sharing stories, both real stories to sort of teach lessons and teach humanity how to survive, to hand down civilization. But we also told stories to like learn about ourselves and to have fun and feel joy. And, we've gotten more and more distant with, modern technology, which is bizarre. As it's brought us together, it's also divided us. And sitting around the table again and creating a shared story, which is what D&D is, is such a gift. It's all the stuff you had fun as a kid, playing games and making up stories with your friends, but with some structure to it. And there's nothing better. And it got me through COVID, quite frankly, through the isolation. Even though we had to do it in a virtual table, it was still being around with close friends like you guys. And it was Sunday nights are still just epically amazing.
Yeah.
So for people that don't know what D&D is, which I don't know if you did a Venn diagram of our audience, I don't know. But to keep it real simple, it's a cooperative storytelling game where the dungeon master, in this case me, Corey last time, is like the computer in a video game, like creates all the world, the characters outside of the 2 main characters in our story. And everything is done through this die right here, the 20-sided die, right? You roll. And based on that roll, a high roll likely means success. A low roll likely means failure. And that's sort of the randomness that is injected into this game. This game that is built on role playing, like being your character and experience it, exploring the world, and combat, right? This amazing miniature sort of combat that happens. So that's D&D in a nutshell. Typically, D&D is done in sort of a Tolkien-esque fantasy world. And our adventure is going to take place in this amazing world and this epic adventure out of Candlekeep Mysteries, a new book just put out by Wizards of the Coast, the same fine people that make Magic the Gathering if you're a Magic player. And Candlekeep Mysteries is their newest book, although they do have a new one coming as well. And this is all one-shot short adventures. And we're going to be doing an adventure called, and I'll tell you about Candlekeep in a minute, Shemshime's Bedtime Rhyme.
Not gonna lie, Dennis, didn't know how to totally say that name.
Now you do Shemshime. Yep. Now Shemshime's Bedtime Rhyme is a horror-themed mystery. All the adventures in here, we'll talk about this book again later, all of the adventures in here are mysteries, which is very cool. So a lot of exploration and role-playing in these adventures. And ours happens to be scary. So if you scare easily, might not want to come to this one. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You're a little spooked.
So let me
bring you Teddy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, seriously though, I'm a little scared. And listen, these guys will attest to we do scary well. We've had a few scary adventures already in our campaign. We do scary well. This on the screen here that Mr. Corey put up is Candlekeep, where our adventure will take place. Candlekeep, in the world that our adventure takes place in, is the world's greatest library. But truth be told, it's more like a fortress. I'm going to give you one quick little blurb from the book that I love, real quick, to set the stage, and then we'll move on. So,
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, so Candlekeep here, this keep, which is slowly built over the years, it's basically more a fortress than a library at this point. And let me read. The keep never fails to take one's breath away. It stands on a volcanic crag, 100 or so feet from the coastline, a flat-topped spur of rough stone out in the midst of the surging sea. Imagine, if you can, the top of this crag hemmed in entirely by a tall wall. The wall is interrupted by several towers all the way around, and it encloses the large space from which even more of these same towers rise, towers everywhere. Those who have seen this vista from above have said it looks nothing so much as like a decorated birthday cake with far too many candles. The mists of the sea spray up onto the walls. In fact, in winter, the moisture in the spray is so bad that treacherous ice builds up on the western wall and on the western towers to the point where they have to move people out of that section of the keep.
Yeah, that sounds like a great place to store a bunch of important books to me.
Right? Right? Exactly. Well, a lot of that magic takes place throughout the keep, but especially in the center of the keep. If you guys look in the center, from the center rises the largest and thickest tower of Candlekeep. If the other towers are like well-wrought branches and blossoms of a tree, then this is like the massive trunk, this strong, massive, rising structure above all others. About the central keep is actually a garden of spirals and rising steps. And those lucky enough to enter this part, the central piece of the library proper, do so by passing sort of up and around this green space to the main keep store. However, to be honest with you, most folks don't enter this part of Candlekeep. This is for the most elite arriving scholars. Most people don't get any further than the Court of Air, but that is plenty for most. If you look in the eastern section, people enter through the Way of the Lion, this winding road that comes from the town of Burghost for miles and then goes across this peninsula and this thin strip across the sea to the main gate in the Court of Air. And there is where typically people are welcomed in. They're welcomed by guards who demand a gift, an entrance gift, if you will. Basically, the only way or the main way to be allowed into Candlekeep, and this is cool, you have to show up with a book that the library doesn't have. And if they check it out and the library indeed does not have the gift, the entrance gift that you have brought, you are welcome in for 10 days. You have 10 days to do your research on whatever it is. And the people, the monks there that work there are called the Avowed. Yeah, they've taken a vow. The Avowed have dedicated their entire lives to pedagogy and knowledge and helping you find lost information. So our characters that we're about to meet will be coming to Candlekeep because they seek knowledge, and they'll come with a gift, and they'll be, well, assuming they do it right, they'll be welcomed in, and we'll see what happens on their search for knowledge. In fact, they call guests seekers because they indeed seek knowledge. So that's Candlekeep, and our adventure is going to be a horror-themed mystery, and I don't want to give too much more away than that. I haven't been this excited to run an adventure in years, and I'm not exaggerating. This is such a well-written adventure, and I want to give a shout-out to the author. His name is Ari Levitch, and I gave him a shout-out on Twitter, and he's very pumped that we're doing this, and I'm hoping when I send him a message again with some more info that maybe he'll help get the message out there, what we're trying to do. So I hope that's enough to hook you in, but if not, at some point we got to meet the characters, because that's really what stories are about, not places, but characters.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
Before we jump into characters, real quick, Cody Kelly asked a great question. Have you received any data from the Vera House about an increase in their services during COVID? And Cody, no, I have not yet. I've talked to them. They gave us the green light. They said that was beautiful. Thank you so much for doing it. But they didn't give me any information on that stuff. But I think that'd be some good info to have when we go into the stream. So thank you, Cody. I appreciate you.
Yeah, that's a great question. We learned that maybe we should have asked a few more questions, or not should have, that we could have enhanced what we were doing with a few more questions for the food bank, because we got the info afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
Boy, had we had it going in, I think we could have squeezed out a few hundred more in donations with the information. No, seriously, with the information they gave us.
On that note, like, if anyone else has any good questions like that, feel free to drop them now, and we'll be sure to get that information by the time the stream is live, because that was a great question.
It was.
Bernie said, can't wait for it, boys, but I just skipped over that comment. Just kidding. Just kidding, Bernie.
Bernie, we love it.
We're just
Bernie
kidding.
is so supportive. I love it.
I know.
Cliff also very supportive.
I was going to say,
I don't even know him, and I know how supportive he is. I have daughter.
There it is. I was just thinking, like, how awesome it is that we have like the same supporters from last time jumping in, no hesitation, here during our test stream, and also donating already. Like, you guys are awesome, and we appreciate you guys.
You have no idea how much we appreciate you.
To show that appreciation, we've constructed a video for you guys. So if you're just hopping in right now, I don't know, Cliff, you might have just got here. We just sort of went over the general idea of the setting of what we're up to, what we're doing. May 22nd, the stream's going live. But now we're about to get into, like, who are these characters and, like, who are these people headed to Candlekeep? So with that said, shall we start the video?
Yeah, let's do it. Let me see.
Let's do it.
Let me just find where it's at. All right. And a 3, 2, 1.
Once upon a midnight dream, a halfling mind began to query over how to best produce unencumbered. And as his mind began to wander, creativity came attacking, rapping at his mind. Otherwise, the most logical. That's it, he muttered. Not machines, but nature shall be the key to unlocking nature's most puzzling door. A carapace is what I seek, not armor. And while the mayor did commission a mech suit more or less, he couldn't put his name, Edwin Ernest, on just any artifice. And that's why he began to harness the...
Having some video trouble.
Oh, hold on, though. Wait. I don't care that was an accident. That was trippy. That was awesome. Like, I wish that was on purpose. That was so cool.
That was a little strange. Hold on. Let's try this one more time.
Let's try it again, but that was awesome.
Mike, you got the video on your YouTube channel? Is that how you loaded it last time? You're muted, Mike. I can't hear you, buddy.
It was working by the end there, but yeah, it's on my YouTube. Yeah.
Let me just pull you up. Try it that way.
I don't
Think
know
it's
why.
a little smoother. Here we go. There we go. Let's see. So this, now it'll probably be with us. Like so. And people out there, if you guys in the chat, if you guys can't hear it, let a brother know.
Once upon a midnight dreary, a halfling mind began to query.
Damn it.
That's okay. That's why we're doing this bleep now. Whatever you did last time, after that initial echoey thing, it worked. So I think try it the way that you did it the first time.
Yeah, let's try it again.
Yeah,
I don't know what the beginning was about, but then it worked fine.
All right, let's try it. Ready? Drum roll.
Thank you guys for hanging with us.
Once upon a midnight dreary, a halfling mind began to query over how to best produce a suit of unencumbering armor. And as his mind began to wander, creativity came a-tapping and came rapping at his mind's otherwise most logical chamber door. That's it, he muttered. Not machines, but nature shall be the key to unlocking this most puzzling. A carapace is what I see. Not armor. While the mayor did commission your next suit more or less, he couldn't put his name, Edwin Ernest, on just any part. And that's why he began to harness the brilliance of nature's many characters. And though he himself was always anti-war, the same could not be said for the many orcs knocking at the city's door. And he knew the only way to restore the peace they had before was to create the perfect defense. And he'd base it on a beetle's carapace, the chitin of a crab, the shell of a turtle. To incorporate them all would be his only hurdle. When his concoction was complete, these orcs would flee to return here nevermore. These vulnerable halflings wouldn't be so vulnerable. And so purple potions cauldrons bubble over. He harnessed the extracts of creatures known the world over to unlock the ability to create a chitin of pure invulnerability. And when the day came to finally try his creation, he did so with haste and anticipation. Initially it seemed a great success. It wasn't long before things broke bad. His body began to build. His thoughts were missing, but the pain. And the last he could remember was the sound of broken glass, and the sight of his assistant sweeping. If he could do it all again, he'd go back. He'd never drink that potion that took his assistant. For that's when Edwin lost control. The creation he sought to control. He woke the next morning with clothes all torn and tattered. Laboratory destroyed and his memories all scattered. His carapace form subsided, but the damage had been done. Before Nigel was no more, Edwin held a smoking gun. There his body lay amidst the broken glass. Everything on his person, blood-soaked, claw-marked, except the amulet he wore was the start of the story. He'd saved the necklace. He'd need to put Nigel's body to rest. 3 moons passed. Yet Edwin had not stopped slaving away on his robotic creation. That could restrain him. Should he return to the form he took that day. A new assistant. A steel defender. Nigel 2.0. And when he's done to candlekeep those. There's a place in all the realms to learn how to rid him of his curse. Surely it'd be there. He'd bet a pretty purse. But for now, But for now, it was time to finish night. Tweaking his old necklace would be the step. And as Edwin donned his friend's old pendant, his creation sprung to life. A metallic knight. His assistant just a name surely not his height. Or so he thought. Until it woke. It showed.
So no, wasn't working. Kind of lagging.
I was getting it's not lagging. I'm getting it twice. I'm getting an echo, which is a cool effect, but it makes it very hard to follow. I know the story, so I'm good.
Well, let's put the link in the chat. So,
I had to click pause on something. It was like it was double playing, and I clicked pause on something. It was
what
weird.
Did you pause?
I accidentally hit my headphone that'll pause things from hitting the headphone, and it paused like something, and then it was fine for me. It was very weird. Well, but yeah, I mean, the YouTube is available. It's just
we should figure out what's going on. But this is my suggestion, gentlemen. I'm not the DM yet, so I'm not in charge yet. My suggestion is we talk about it now. They've at least seen some stuff, and now it'll make sense. And then have them watch it or try to play it again at the end. That's my unless you have a you know what I mean?
No, that sounds good. I feel like
let's get them out of here, but let's leave them with like the important piece. I want them to know about these characters. Spooches and Corey, your imaginations are unreal, and when you guys get a chance to see the video, it's 99.999999999% Spooches. You know, the video work is all him, but like the ideas and everything, it's unreal. Check it out. But with that, let's give you some context. So, Spooches, you kind of got the ball rolling when we were talking about what kind of character that we wanted to play. You came up with this idea for this halfling sort of artificer kind of guy, but with this massive twist. Why don't you tell us about Edwin?
Yeah, so originally the idea was I just knew I wanted sort of a little bit of a timid, very intelligent artificer, but for some reason he had this affliction where he goes into this crazy rage, and he actually obtains a whole new form, almost werewolf-esque. But where we've headed is a whole new direction with my man Edwin. And basically Edwin he's a artificer who mostly tinkered around with making sort of
1 second, Spooches. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Explain to the uninitiated in our world, in the D&D world, what's an artificer and what makes them different from a scientist per se or a wizard? What's an artificer?
Yeah, so like an artificer is somebody who can take a everyday object and sort of infuse it with magic. They can. They're not like a sorcerer where they're conjuring up these crazy like elemental abilities or anything like that. An artificer is someone who very much uses like the logic and the physics of that world to create things that are almost in and of themselves magical. But yes, he is mostly someone who's interested in sort of building things like a homunculus and like these small mechanical things and like robot-esque things like that. But he was sort of tasked by the mayor of the city he lives in to develop some sort of neck suit or something to protect these very vulnerable halflings from an incoming orc invasion. And like, he's really not somebody who's like out here trying to design like a nuclear bomb or anything like that. Like he's very sort of like passive in his approach. So yeah, the idea was like a mech suit, protect these people. But the way his mind works, he just wasn't satisfied with like the results he was getting with these mechanical parts and trying to put them on top of like a squishy halfling. He wasn't able to replicate the beauty and the perfection that he saw in like things like nature around him. And he saw like how efficient something like a bug's carapace is and how it can withstand tens of thousands the times of its own body weight, but he was barely able to get like 1.5 times. And he's like, you know what? We're scrapping this whole metal thing, and I'm doing it my way. And he started looking into how we can sort of harness these abilities of nature. And he basically made himself a nice little potion that he was very eager to try. And he was kind of hoping that it'd be this minute-long thing that he'd have control of and, you know, be able to come right back out of. And it's like you take it for a dose and come right back. But instead, he gave himself a permanent affliction that he can no longer quite control. And it seems to pop out when he least wants it to, in moments of like high adrenaline, things like that. And it's this abomination crab form. He has like a crab claws and like a turtle shell and like bug carapace body. And he's like, it's like impenetrable, this guy. But yeah, he sort of turned, and he kind of loses himself in that state, and crazy things can happen.
Two things. One, I could listen to you say homunculus and carapace forever. Number two, I love this play on this sort of Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
I mean, it's classic, but what a great D&D twist on it.
I mean, obviously, that was 100% like 100% where I was going with that. Except, I think Jekyll and Hyde, he does have, he very much has that file that he can control, which is what he was going for with this. But it did not turn out that way. It turned into like this permanent thing. But yeah, exactly, very much Jekyll and Hyde.
Bernie, I agree 100%. And so this is where we began riffing, and you guys sort of created. Right? I mean, Spooches knows what's up. This is where you created Corey's character. So I don't know how you guys want to do it, but why don't you tell us how Nigel fits into this puzzle? And I think the idea for Nigel also sort of has its roots in another classic story, but with this amazing twist. So tell us about Nigel.
Yeah, so Nigel actually served as Edwin's assistant, right? So he worked under Edwin for many years, helping him around the lab, until one day when the first time that Edwin turned into a crab person, unfortunately, Edwin, in a complete rage, tore his friend apart.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. He didn't want it to happen, but his assistant was really the only person around, and like when he's in that form, like he just has no control. And I think probably at first he probably felt like a little bit sick or something like that, and just was out of it. And his assistant was probably right there, like trying to help him. And it's like a werewolf type instincts took over, you know.
So wait a minute.
Sorry about that, brother.
Wait. Nigel's dead. We haven't even started.
Nigel's dead, and you guys haven't even met him yet. Right. And then, so one night after that Edwin had snapped from his crab people like days, he decided to make a shield guardian. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? That's what you call them? That's what artificers make?
Yeah, they make either a steel defender or mages have shield
defender.
This is sort of a combination shield guardian, steel defender awesomeness.
Yep.
Exactly. So Edwin, through the studies of all his insect carapaces and homunculi, and what other sexy word did you say, Mike? There was another one.
Chitin, perhaps.
Ooh, say it slower. So he, Edwin, built this steel defender, right, in hopes of hopefully assisting him in Candlekeep. But little did Edwin know that Nigel's amulet that he wore when he put it on the steel defender brought the steel defender to life with all the personalities, all the memory, all the recollection that Nigel has. Nigel has all the characteristics, all the abilities that he once had once he was a human. He's got the memories, but moments before his death, Nigel cannot piece together what happened. He has no idea. It was like he blacked out before this attack happened, and now he woke up in the Steel Defender armor suit.
Yep, and I think when he was sort of constructing this robot, he called him Nigel, like very much in his assistant's honor, and he used his assistant's old necklace very much in his honor. But his goal wasn't to resurrect his old friend. He was trying to create like almost anything that he thought could contain like whatever his crazy rage was. He didn't want to just go out into the world attempting to fix this affliction like completely on his own and just have that completely unchecked. So this was like his solution, was to come up with this. And in doing so, he sort of accidentally brought back a lot of the the essentially essence of like his old friend in that necklace. And that's sort of a shield guardian thing. You need to have an amulet to be like the controller. Like that's who that guardian is the protector of. Oh, that's a very good point. Can we run into Sandblay in this library?
You never
people
know where Sandblay, master of illusion. You never know where he lurks. I like the way you said. Couple of things real quick. First of all, you guys don't know, but Bernie, old B. Musatelli out there, is one of my longest running D&D companions in a different set of campaigns that we've been rocking since 2014. And we had a shield guardian in one of the adventures I ran, Tomb of Annihilation right here. And Vorn was a shield guardian. And, you know, this wouldn't mean anything to Corey and Spooches, but when they were talking about this, Bernie, I'm with you. That's all I could think about was Vorn. And Cleo, is that Clint? Is that Cleo Fist TV?
Cliff.
Cliff, thank you for the shout out. Thank you for remembering Sandblay, who's also from another adventure. I just stole him. But anyhow, so my DM juices just got flowing when you guys told me all this. So like I have thoughts, I have questions, right? Like, what's it gonna be like? Is Nigel ever going to remember what actually happened to him? And if he does, what will that be like? And I instantly thought this is kind of like a Pinocchio thing, right? Like he wants to be a real boy, or does he? Like, what is Nigel's goal? How much control does Edwin ultimately have over Nigel? Like a shield guardian is completely loyal and faithful and just does whatever his master says to protect him. But Nigel's got awareness. And Nigel is basically Nigel, just with that little blackout. And how does he feel that he's now a Steel Defender? And how did Edwin explain this to him? And what is their relationship like? And I can't wait to explore and find out these things. I don't know if you guys have any ideas now, and if not, that's cool. But those are like where my brain goes. You know, what is Nigel trying to do? We know Edwin's trying to cure himself, but what about Nigel? Is he hoping to resurrect Nigel? Is he not care, or is he think that this is a better form for Nigel? I look forward to all that character development moving forward.
Yep, exactly. Those questions will be unanswered until we shall play. I love this because it's like two different characters. Like this is such a different like concept and idea. Definitely took the spirit of Nigel. If anybody has watched Full Metal Alchemist out there, it is essentially Alphonse Elric, right? That's essentially what it is. He's a homunculus, or his spirit has been bound to an armor, a complete armor set. So that was the inspiration behind it, but then also tying it to Edwin. We shall find out.
Amazing. And you know, we are hoping, and I think we will. I'm going to run a very short adventure for these two, sort of, so they get a chance to interplay as these characters before we do the big stream. So perhaps if any of you are interested, maybe we'll want to practice the technology again. I don't know how these guys feel about that. I'm springing it on them, but use this venue again to see how it works. So if any of you are interested, perhaps we'll let it out there that we're going to do a little mini warm-up stream. I don't know. But if you show up, and if you're here now, you're certainly going to be there at game time. You're going to have a chance to win some prizes. Dude, I cannot believe the prizes you guys put together this time. Like, tell us about I know there's some secret prizes, and who knows, maybe even without the magic potions I was drinking last time, maybe I'll all of a sudden offer to DM for people if they pay me. Who knows? But what do you got? What do we got for prizes?
Yeah, so third prize, we got a D&D starter kit, which is pretty dope. I got it. I don't have it with me. I have it upstairs. But it's a whole starter kit, which will give you everything you guys need to start your own adventure. Dennis got it right there. Perfect. Exactly. And Dennis, is the adventure the Phandelver Mine?
It is the Lost Mines of Phandelver, which is the first 5th edition adventure that I played with Bryce as my DM. I played with Bernie, and it's quasi the first adventure that you guys played. I combined it with the Essentials kit, so it was a lot of Phandelver, which is where anybody should really start with 5th edition. It's awesome.
Dennis, if somebody was just about to jump in, what do you think is a better fit, the starter kit or the Essentials kit?
So here's what I think. The starters kit has the best adventure and the simplest stuff. The Essentials kit, though, is better written in terms of the rules and how to create a character. And the great thing about the Essentials kit, one of the hardest things to do with D&D is to find someone to play with. You know what I mean? Even in this world with the internet and everything. So, yes, I agree, sir. And so the Essentials kit is nice because it comes with rules for one-on-one. So all you need is one other person to play, and it will teach you how. So they both have their strengths and weaknesses, but if you put a gun in my head, I'm starter kit all day. But the Essentials kit has a lot of advantages, and they're super cheap. You can get on Amazon, if you look around at the right time, you can get this starter kit for like $10, right? So do it. It's well worth it.
And then second prize, so Dennis is DMing one of the new adventures, like he had mentioned, from the new book, Candlekeep Mysteries, which is an awesome, I would honestly say, if you guys don't want to commit to a large campaign, that book is beautiful because it has 18 ?
It's either 17 or 18. They're all one shot, so they're meant to be played, one-offs by themselves.
Right. There are some people I saw online who are trying to do it as a campaign, not really written as a campaign, but this is a great way if you guys just want to pick up something and play one of the one-shots, a great way to kind of dive into something, maybe a little bit more than the starter. Or
if you're currently playing a campaign, you could always hop on over to Candlekeep and check it out.
Exactly.
And I did, Bernie, don't get Bryce mad at us, but I did learn. Bernie and I are about to start playing. I agree with you, Bernie. Lost Mines of Phandelver. It's the best adventure for 5e. It's just the best, followed by Strahd. But anyhow, we Descent into Avernus that I'm currently a player in. It was put on pause because of COVID. We're going to start again in person soon because yay vaccines. But anyhow, apparently there's somewhere in there. I know nothing more than this, Bernie. Somewhere in there we get to go to Candlekeep. So I get to be a player and go to Candlekeep pretty soon. I'm pumped.
Hell yeah. I don't know who original Mad Cow is, but they said
hey, I'm not mad at it.
Hey,
not mad at it.
Hey, original Mad Cow. What do gay horses eat?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm all.
Which leads me to the grand prize.
Oh,
gentlemen,
prize!
You get a wormwood cherry dice holder. This thing is beautiful. It is thick.
Wait. I know who original Mad Cow is now. Dude from Oneonta Jiu-Jitsu, freaking great dude. Total nerd like us, video game guy. I don't know if he's into D&D, but I know he loves video games. Bro, if you're not into D&D, you need to get into D&D, and I'm so happy to see you here. That is awesome. Thanks for showing up.
He is now after seeing this dice holder.
That's right, dude. This thing is nice. Listen, if you guys want like a quality dice holder, that is the way to go. And not only that, we're not gonna just give you guys like an empty dice holder because that's kind of boring, right? So we filled that beautiful looking thing with some really nice like marble looking black and green dice. I'm just trying to see if I can get a better picture for you guys of. Here we go. It is a dice vault. That's what's up, baby. So you get this beautiful thing loaded with dice and a $50 gift certificate to Comic Zone. All the people over there at Comic Zone are lovely people. They're great, all nice people that are there. So quite the grand prize, because with that $50, you could scoop up a nice campaign book and start a new campaign if you're looking to do so with your group. So, and we got some secret prizes not going to be revealed until the day of the stream.
And also, we're gonna give away a $25 Wormwood gift card to. That's a great call, Bernie. If I wish I could make loaded dice work for Roll20, but yeah, I have a $25 Wormwood gift card that we're gonna give to anyone who makes a use the hashtag Dungeons and Donations and just put any post on Instagram between now and the stream, and we're just going to pick from someone who puts up any post with that hashtag. So it could be like the poster we did, or one of these character things, or like even just like this image he has up right now, or you could write your own thing, like whatever it is. Just has to be an Instagram post. Like not a story, but a post, so it'll stay on there with hashtag Dungeons and Donations, and you'll automatically be entered to win a little $25 Wormwood gift card. So maybe you can get some Wormwood dice to add to that little collection of yours. But yeah.
Am I eligible for that if I use that hashtag? Because
hell yeah, bruh.
It is sweet. I have two things to comment on. Number one, John, thank you for watching last time. I have to be honest with you, because of screen names and whatnot, I have no idea who watched us. So I had no idea you tuned in last time, and I apologize. I got into the sauce, which I don't normally do like that, and that won't happen again. I'll be DMing, so I'm going to be stone cold sober.
But I can't say the same for me.
That's fine. I will not fall apart during one of these streams. That was a pitfall. I'm embarrassed. But
because someone needs to hold us together, so I'm glad you won't fall apart.
And then the other thing is that Chris Anderson, as in Miss Anderson?
Yep. 100%.
Oh yeah.
God, I love that guy. I love that guy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, listen. I hope you truly believe that, because I'm just being honest. These guys will tell you they were so nice. I was super embarrassed. I really was.
I was having fun.
These guys tell you that's not me. I got really nervous. I'm not nervous about this. I put myself out there publicly all the time as a school teacher, coach, whatever. But when our technology went down, and I was like, oh, we raised all this money and nothing's working, I was like, look. And then Corey bought me a bottle of Jack, so it was just sitting here. So I kept refilling, and my mind was in the game. I was trying to be such a good performer, and instead,
he got us good.
Got you good, babies. The potions of charisma, right?
Won't happen again.
Love it, gentlemen. I think that covers everything, right? Is there anything else we got to add?
I just want to encourage people, check out the video. We spent some time on it. I think it came out pretty decent, and it's a good little story. We'll probably post that like tomorrow or something. But it was available in the chat if you didn't see it. Yeah,
please do check that video out. Spooch has worked so hard on it, and now that you know the story, it'll be easier to follow what's going on, and you'll see it. And I'm hoping maybe we'll get a similar sort of video. Maybe these guys have done amazing things with taking adventures that we've done and bringing them to life. So maybe instead of just a podcast, which I'm not crapping on because Corey's podcasts are amazing, but maybe we'll get a YouTube short video like this or something. So thank you guys for showing up so much. John, something in the comment there.
I got you. Yes. Thank you,
Cliff.
Thank you, Cliff.
And if you guys could just spread the word, it's not for our egos. Like, we'll play D&D no matter what. We'll play D&D for ourselves, let alone if someone wants to watch. But in terms of for an amazing cause, if you know what we didn't do, we worked under the assumption that everybody knows what Vera House is. And I know we're going to talk more about that later, but it just dawned on me we never really. So in case someone doesn't know, does anyone really quickly want to take that? Like, what does Vera House do?
Yeah, Vera House offers a lot of different support for domestic violence victims, as well as being a crisis hotline center in a lot of different ways. I'm sorry, say it again.
I said for like sexual abuse as well. They combined in the early 2000s, I believe, with like the rape hotline and domestic violence, and they do it all.
Yeah, it's elderly, kids, women, kids.
So they're a great organization, 24-hour crisis and support line. They offer a lot of prevention and education, right? All these different things. And I think they offer a lot of important things here in Syracuse. So like Dennis had said, there are some people that were close to us and some people that donated already that has used this service before. And they're a bunch of sweeties. Every time I talk to them on the phone, when I've had to talk to corporate to set this up, they're very kind to us and very willing to jump on the bandwagon for everything.
I reached out to a couple of my former students who I know are were at least very intimately involved with Vera House and like sort of educational programs connected to it. And I haven't heard back from them yet, but I'm hoping to hear from them. That would be great to help amplify what we're trying to do here. I thank you guys so much. This has been awesome. I didn't expect anybody to talk to today.
Also, and like, even if we don't raise, $1 million for this cause, I think like there's something to be said about like, just call a spade a spade. Like, we're 3 cisgendered white men up here who like should be coming forward to talk about this kind of stuff, and not like, because I guarantee there's a lot of people in a lot of people's lives who, like are making a lot of people's lives a living hell. And then you go to work and see them every day and you don't even know it. But like, I don't know. I think it's important that people are coming forward and, just being very like forward about this and saying like, yo, like this shit is not cool. You know what I mean?
To that point, Spooches, which was beautifully said. Thank you. The Syracuse lacrosse team, I don't know if
I saw that. Yeah.
Even before law enforcement stepped up, before the coaching administration stepped up, and some of that was policy and whatever. I'm not bashing Syracuse University, but I am applauding the young men who mostly, I'm sure, as you said, are cisgender, white, heterosexual males, the kind of people that we need to say enough is enough, right? Because they are often the perpetrators of such violence, right? And anyhow, so we have great examples in the local media right now, and just anything we can do to amplify this message and sort of try to lead by example, I think is very, very important.
Yep. So I think raising awareness for this and raising money, and then like Dennis was saying earlier, spreading the love of D&D to people, maybe get someone to play, but also thirdly, like there was people in the last stream who just watched and they thought it was hilarious. And like, even if that's all you get out of it, like that's cool too. Like,
yeah,
they're all wins.
Yeah, very important to stress that you don't have to understand Dungeons and Dragons to be entertained by a bunch of drunk nerds playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Word.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Listen, if shit goes sideways and we're not having fun, I'm just going to start yelling, Master Evolution!
It's our fallback.
It worked last time.
Just peace out. All right, so it looks like Cliff's got some stuff that he can help us with, so that's awesome. Everybody else,
I'll talk to Cliff.
So much
Thanks,
love.
everyone.
Please spread the message. Use those hashtags. We want to give you prizes.
Yes, hashtag Dungeons and Donations for your chance to win a $25 gift card. Mike, are we going to announce it on the stream? We're just going to let it run for a couple weeks and then announce it then?
Yeah, it'll end like right when the stream starts. So if you helped promote it a little and drop that hashtag leading up, then you're in.
Done. I think it'll probably be the first prize we give away that night.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right. Love you guys. Love everybody who's watching. Thank you guys. I'm excited to see you.
Keep doing this. There might be another little mini adventure for you to watch, or there's going to be Spooch's video. Please watch it. Try to get other people to watch it. Try to get other people excited. It's going to be
awesome.
Just Instagram. Twitter, I think there already was a couple posts, so we're just doing Instagram.
Word. Thank you,
Gentlemen.
Bernie.
Have a good night.
Peace, everybody.
Later.